Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to learn about supernode analysis. Okay, so this is one of the important techniques and which is superior for normal nodal analysis. So let us have the discussion on supernode analysis. So here I have considered a simple network. Okay, so in this network we are having so two voltage sources, one current source and number of resistors. Okay, so whatever the procedure that we have followed for nodal analysis will be followed here only with a little bit change. Okay, so let us see how the problem can be solved with this particular example. Okay, so in this particular example you're having three nodes, that is 1 2 3, as you can see. Okay, so these are all the nodes. So this is node 1, node 2 and node 3. So here node 4 will be considered as our reference node. Okay, now first to identify number of nodes. So in this particular example you are already given with the number count. So how many nodes are there other than reference? So 4 nodes are there, right? Now we apply nodal analysis. Now how it can be? So consider node 1. So at node 1 apply KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, so if the current direction is not specified, assume that the current is always leaving from the node. Clear? Now, uh, in the given problem only, I'm assuming the current directions. Okay, so here in R1, current direction is not specified. So take leaving and also in R2. Clear? Now, you apply KCL at node 1. So here the current source I is a entering current towards node 1. So first let us write current flowing through R1 plus current flowing through R2 is equal to I according to KCL. Okay, so what is current according to Ohm's law? I is equal to V by R is the formula, right? Now voltage across R1 will be V1 minus 0, that is V1 by resistance R1. Similarly, R2. R2 is connected between node 1 and node 2, right? So we already assume that the voltage at node 1 is V1 and voltage at node 2 is V2. So now what is the voltage drop across R2? You are writing for node 1. So V1 value should be your reference node or reference node voltage. Okay, so you have to take the subtraction. So V1 minus V2 is the net voltage across R2 divided by resistance R2 equal to I. So rearrange. So separate V1 and V2 coefficients. So this is 1 by R1. So 1 by R2 plus of minus 1 by R2 into V2 equal to I. So this is your first equation. Clear? Now go for node 2. So if we consider node 2, we are getting a common voltage, that is Vx. Can you see? Vx. So can you write the current flowing through this particular voltage source? No, it is difficult to write. So at this point of time, we need to apply supernode technique. So how the supernode technique can be applied? Let us see. So whenever you observe a case like this, that means voltage source between two nodes, then you are supposed to write the nodal equation for the two nodes in a single equation. Okay, so you have to write a nodal equation for both second node and third node in this particular example. So for to have a clear idea, so what I'm doing, I am considering the second node and third node now. Okay, so you imagine that there is no element, no voltage source is connected. Okay, so this is node 3. So here voltage is V2, here voltage is V3. Okay, so now you connect the elements which are connected to node 2 and node 3. So first let me draw. This is your R3 because 4 has been considered as a reference. Okay, so this is R3. One more element is there. So this is R2. So this R2 is connected to node 1 whose voltage is V1. That's it. So these are the elements which are connected to node 2. Okay, so now go for node 3. So here you're having a resistance R4 and it was connected to a battery. Okay, so whose voltage is Vy, and one more element is there, so that is R5. Okay, now what I told you, if the current direction is not specified, take the direction as always leaving from the node. Okay, so here R2, so take leaving from the node, R3 is also leaving, R4 leaving, R5 leaving. That's it. Okay, so now you apply KCL at node 2 and node 3 and write it in a single equation. So first let us start with node 2. So that means current flowing through 2 ohm in R2, sorry, R2 plus current flowing through R3. Okay, so put it in a single equation, right? So plus, keep plus, because R4, the current flowing through R4 and current flowing through R5, both were leaving from third node. So we are summing up the leaving currents, okay, both at node 2 and node 3, right? So next term will be current flowing through R4, next current flowing through R5. Are there any entering currents? No. So that's why keep it equal to 0. Now it's a normal technique. What is the current flowing through I2? So simply V2 minus V1 by R2, because we are writing for node 2 here. Now R3, current flowing through R3, that is V2 by R3 plus R4. So this is V3 minus Vy by R4 plus V3 by R5 equal to 0. So keep the V1 term separate, V2 term separate and V3 term separate. Okay, so this will be minus 1 by R2. Okay, plus keep V2 out and this is 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus V3 of, what is there in it, 1 by R4 plus 1 by R5. Okay, is equal to what? So is equal to this minus Vy is there, no? So plus Vy by R4. That's it. So this is our second equation, right? So we have written the both equations. Now how many unknowns are there? So here V1, V2, V3. So these are the three unknowns. How many equations we got? Only two. So we need one more equation. So how that one extra equation can be obtained? So you concentrate on Vx. Okay, you concentrate on Vx. So this is Vx. So for ease I'm writing here. Okay, right. So this is plus minus, this value is Vx. So here it is node 2. Okay, whose voltage is V2. So this is node 3 whose voltage is V3. Okay, so here Vx positive polarity, right? So this positive polarity is on second node side. Negative polarity is on third node side. So by simple calculation, by simple observation, what we can say that V2 minus V3 equal to Vx. Simple. Okay, so this will be called as third equation. Now after solving these three equations, okay, so this is the first equation, second equation and third equation. You may able to calculate the value of V1, value of V2 and value of V3. Okay, so after getting the node voltages, obviously we can calculate the current through any element. So once we got the current and voltage, we can calculate the power dissipations as well. Okay, so in this way the supernode technique can be applied. Okay, so I hope this video will help you, and thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks a lot.